Whether you're a coach or a consultant, there is one story you absolutely need to nail to connect with and close the right type of client for your business. It's called the heroic client story. Today I'm going to show you exactly how to build your own version of the story to attract more clients, increase your close rate, grow your business, and most importantly, create a more meaningful impact and income. Hi, I'm Jon Cook. I'm the founder of Keynote Content, where we help clarify your message so you can elevate your impact and income. So what is the heroic client story? Well, after working with close to 1,300 coaches and consultants one-on-one over the past few years, I've discovered that there are only 3 types of stories that coaches and consultants need to understand: your anchor story, your heroic client story, and your storms of life story. And right now we're going to do a deep dive into the heroic client story. Every coach or consultant that I've worked with who understands the story structure knows how to create a stronger, more meaningful connection with the right type of clients that fit their business. That means more sales, more fulfillment, greater income, and more momentum to create an impact far beyond your business. So in virtually every society, whether it's ancient, historical, or even modern day, there are consistent story structures that just work. You have rags to riches. You have riches to rags to riches again. You have rags to riches to rags. You have the 3-part act. You have a whole variety of different stories, but there's one story structure that seems to be prevalent all throughout society. It's called the hero's journey. And it's a concept that's so well documented in Joseph Campbell's book, The Hero with 1,000 Faces. Now, the hero's journey is a narrative that finds its roots in Hollywood blockbusters and ancient folklore, best-selling novels, campfire stories, and countless countries and people groups all around the world and throughout history. The hero's journey is a 12-stage version of a narrative arc that involves a hero leaving their ordinary world to embark on a journey towards a goal, encountering challenges along the way and ultimately achieving victory. A simplified version of the hero's journey includes the following stages. The hero is in an ordinary world. The hero receives a call to adventure to leave this ordinary world in search of an extraordinary world. The hero then meets a guide, someone who has the expertise, the wisdom, and resources to help the hero succeed on their journey. The guide then introduces a plan. Here's how you can achieve victory. And the hero says yes, and they get on their way. And on this journey, the hero encounters different dangers and uncertainties and even doubts. And ultimately, the hero must defeat each of these obstacles, each of these challenges through their own power. And the hero who succeeds, they're rewarded for achieving success, for avoiding failure, and reaching an extraordinary world where there's a better status. Maybe it's the same place they were before, but it's a better status, or it's truly a different place that's remarkably better than their ordinary world. Now, we see this story played out so well in blockbuster movies like Star Wars or The Hunger Games or The Lord of the Rings. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. Harry Potter, Finding Nemo, Toy Story, and other Disney classics all have these types of hero's journey structure. And the heroic client story layers the hero's journey in a simplified way to create a narrative where your ideal client can see themselves as the hero and you're the guide. Of course, every story starts with a hero. As a coach or consultant, unfortunately, you are not the hero of the story. Your client is the heroic client. So how do we truly understand the hero in your heroic client story? We use a process with Keynote Content called the Perfect For You Client Prism, or PCP as I sometimes call it. This is an avatar-based approach to bring your heroic client to life with a deep dive into their psyche, their personality, their family of origin, their belief system, their values, other key details of what makes them unique. And the heroic client is in an ordinary world, and they're experiencing this sense of incompleteness or dissatisfaction. There's this angst with their current situation. And one of the best decisions that I see coaches and consultants make is not assuming that they automatically understand their ideal prospect's ordinary world. What is the exact situation that the person you want to work with, what are they living in right now? What are the feelings, the thoughts, the actions, the reactions, the decisions that brought them to this place, and what's keeping them here right now? And the heroic client has a desire. It's a goal that they want to achieve, but they either don't have what they want or they have what they don't want. And the sixth sense of storytelling suggests that your heroic client can often sense, I was made for more, and maybe I feel this desire to leave this ordinary world for something greater. And as a coach or consultant, you need to paint a vivid picture of what are they risking to leave this ordinary world for the unknown and potentially extraordinary world. The more you can contrast their ordinary world in vivid detail with how unfulfilling and risky, even dangerous it is to their overall success compared to their extraordinary world, if you can paint that picture, that will create a greater impression on the right type of client's mind. That's where you enter the scene. You are the guide for their heroic client. You're their Mr. Miyagi, you're their Gandalf, you're their Obi-Wan, you're their Hamish. You are this mentor, this guide to show them the wisest, most reliable path to reaching that extraordinary world with a more meaningful future. You need to be able to articulate what makes you a guide worth following. Talk about your experience, your skill set, your resources, your education, your track record, what it means to work with you. What have others experienced who are just like this prospective client? What have they experienced working with you as their guide? There are so many details you can share in this area. But can I share a secret? The coaches and consultants who I see who create some of the strongest connections are also the ones who are the most honest about their shortcomings. I call that being an imperfect guide. Talk about your mistakes, talk about your tendencies, talk about your weaknesses and uncertainties that you can see how that can help guide your own perception. And that brings us to the plan for success. What are the specific metrics or outcomes that you want to deliver for your clients? It's a plan that's introduced by you as the guide to your heroic client. So what's the plan? And the easy, and I would say probably lazy answer would be, oh, you need a plan? That's easy, just go through my program. Your program is not your plan. Your program is what you do to deliver the transformation. But how do you do what you do through your program? Like, what's your proprietary process or framework that you can guide clients through using your program or course to get the results that they expect from you? So whether you're a coach, a consultant, or some other type of advisor, you need a proprietary process or framework. This is your step-by-step plan for helping your clients get from their ordinary world to their extraordinary world. And if you don't have a solid process or framework, some call it a method, some call it a pathway, same idea, different names. I created a video talking about how to create your process or your framework in only a few minutes. The link is in the description below. You can watch that after we're done with this video. But for now, let's say that you have your process in place. How do you talk about that process inside your heroic client story? You start by describing your client's ordinary world, but then you layer on your hero's current thoughts, their feelings, that degree of angst. What do they not love about where they are right now? That allows you to contrast that with their extraordinary world. And many coaches and consultants that I've worked with already do a good job of painting a future picture of this extraordinary world. It's fun to dream, right? Where there seems to be a missed opportunity is the span between these two worlds. Between the ordinary and extraordinary, there is a real adventure to navigate. And along the way, your ideal client will encounter 3 key dangers. I call these dragons, dark forests, and doubts. Now, dragons are your client's known dangers. This is a huge tax bill, or it's a significant loss of income, or their marriage is on the rocks, or they have a history of mental health challenges, or they have a scarcity defeated mindset. These are the known dangers that you and your client know will pop up at any time. But then there are the dark forests. Think of the dark, overgrown forest in classic stories where creepy sounds and cries and roars just kind of echo out from the darkness. It's a huge overgrown forest. These are the unknown dangers. You and your client, you have no idea what's on the road ahead, but you know that there could be real danger if you're not careful. Unknown dangers could be economic turmoil, or a business partner that steals all your cash and your client list, or an unexpected divorce, or losing the ability to function due to a bad accident or diagnosis. These are all unknown dangers that are very real. And lastly, there are the doubts. It's when clients start to second guess the plan. I don't know if I can be that disciplined. I don't think I can make that change in my life or my marriage or my health or business. I don't know if I really have what it takes. This is too hard. Let's just give up. We've now gone from known dangers to the unknown dangers to doubts being your own dangers. And a great heroic client story implements safeguards against each of these 3 types of dangers that are specific to your exact heroic client. A business owner, if you're focused on business owners, a dragon might be their tax bill that they know is coming up. An unknown danger or dark forest might be their business partnership is starting to erode and they don't realize it, but then their business partner is gone along with half of their lists and cash. Their own dangers might be they might have a family history of failed entrepreneurship, and when things start to go bad, they start to second guess themselves and the confidence erodes and they start to become a shell of this amazing person that they could be. And the more you can articulate these exact dangers for each client that you work with, the better they can see a way forward towards that extraordinary world. And if your client follows this plan, what will that extraordinary world look like? What are the rewards, the change of status, the quality of living that they can expect to experience? And how will their success reflect on your trustworthiness as their guide? If they succeed, how will they feel about you and your business? And this is a chance to describe that euphoria of emotions, that change in mental narrative, and their willingness to advocate for your expertise because they won. But what if your heroic client chooses not to follow the plan? Like, what is the potential destruction? What's the ruin that they will likely encounter? You need to articulate these devastating emotions, this negative mental impact, this sense of failure that their heroic client will experience because they didn't follow a solid plan. If they choose not to follow that plan, they will face the potential destruction of their future. Maybe they end up facing retirement without enough savings. Maybe they're standing alone after their marriage crumbles. Maybe they're facing bankruptcy or some type of serious mental health challenge because they didn't follow the plan. And the worst part is that they feel like they let down themselves, their family, their loved ones. They let them down because they knew I could have followed this plan and I didn't. That's why it's crucial to help your heroic client avoid destruction by following a solid plan. A good plan accounts for the unique dangers that they will face and provides a clear pathway on how to overcome each of these types of dangers. And as their guide, you can help them stay accountable and focused, ensuring they follow this plan and reach their goals. So crafting a heroic client story, it's the key to differentiating yourself as a coach or consultant. It allows you to stand out from others and communicate your value in a way that resonates with the right type of people. And it creates this powerful connection that you know you can deliver on. And if you love what I shared today, please give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe to catch more of my videos about how to clarify your message so you can elevate your impact and income. Now, I get asked a lot about my exact process. Like when I'm working with clients, how do we work together to create a stronger, more impactful, more profitable message? Where I created a video walking through my exact process that I've used to help over 1,000 coaches and consultants to create powerful connections through better stories. So hit play in this next video and I'll see you there.